TV. It is Good Morning Uganda Extra. My name is Jagenda Semakola Ziksoka. On this day, it is the 9th of February in this year 2020. I too welcome and thank you so much for choosing to be with us on another very cold morning. It's rainy and drizzling in Kampala and most parts of Kampala metropolitan area. Of course, that does not stop you from going out to work. Maureen Kenyana on a Good Morning Uganda here told you about the weather across the country. So move out of your house, go to work while knowing where to start, what to do, and how to go about your day today. Now, welcome, and I thank you once again for joining us here today. We'll talk about humanitarian issues, and joining me in studios today are two gentlemen here, Mr. Abdul Hakim Mukwanga, and he's from Humanity First and in charge of the Orphan Care. You're very welcome, Ndugu Mukwanga.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Happy to have you. And of course, together with Mr. Mukwanga is Mr. Loa Badru, the Deputy Director for Marketing from Humanity First. Welcome, Badru.
Thank you.
I am happy to have you. Let's start with Humanity First. What is it?
Well, Mr. Jagenda, Humanity First is an international human development and disaster relief agency. Started well back in 1995. And interestingly, the concept was to help during the times of the Bosnian War. That was in 1995. Then later after that, from the results of that engagement, it was thought that in case of human development, crises happen. Disaster relief, when we engage in disaster relief, what happens afterwards is that these crises can tend to prolong. So it was thought best that we start and we engage into human development, set up numerous programs that can help empower populations, communities, that kind of thing. So today we span over 6 continents and registered in well over 60 countries.
Okay.
In Uganda, we started operations in 2007.
Okay.
And we've got we've been engaged in quite a number of projects because our programs span from orphan care, global health, knowledge for life, food security, community care, among others.
Okay, thank you very much. You came to Uganda in 2007, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a specific reason why you came to Uganda? Because from the history of 1995 during the Bosnian War, we also see you come to Uganda in 2007. What precipitated you to come to Uganda in 2007?
Well, basically, being that it was the organization was founded on humanitarian grounds, our experience from 1995 took us to several parts around the globe, parts of where disaster struck, tsunamis, the earthquakes, that kind of thing. In South America, you remember the tsunami in Asia, and the experience from that, we decided to spread across the globe. This is why I say it in the start that we're now registered in over 60 countries. The purpose is to help humanity, help end human suffering and poverty alleviation.
So where are you in Uganda?
In Uganda, we're based in Wandegea
Okay.
at the moment, and that's what we call our home. And we've got institutes in Budaka. There's a vocational institute in Budaka, and another one in Chotera, Masaka.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Mr. Abdul Hakim here, could you just let us know your objectives, your mission, and why you actually exist? He's of course given us that brief introduction or background to who you are, but your mission as a humanitarian organization.
Thank you so much, and thank you, our dear viewers, for giving us this time. Mine is basically with Orphan Care. Orphan Care is part of a program of Humanity First Uganda. As he has just told you, we have a number of programs, including global health, gift of sight, orphan care, knowledge for life. So my particular specialty is with orphan care. Now, orphan care is basically looking at giving a fighting chance to the disadvantaged youths of the society, those who have lost their parents and they've become orphaned. So we are trying to give them a chance, a fighting chance in this in this world of deprivation and exploitation, so that they can also have a better future in their life. So we look at establishment of quite a number of things. In one of those, he has just talked about the institutions, and in those institutions we try to provide education, knowledge to our orphans in different disadvantaged communities of Uganda. And also we look at establishment of orphanages. You know, orphanages look at basically the training of orphans. You know, we have those orphans who lose their parents at a very tender age. So we look at that training of those orphans all the way up into their youth and helping them to get education and sometimes even helping them to get employment as they finish their studies. So right now we are having an orphanage that is underway in Fort Portal, district of Uganda. But we don't stop there.
Fort Portal City.
Yeah, Fort Portal City, sorry.
They'll hate you for calling it a district. It's Fort Portal City, at least.
Thank you. We don't stop there, just establishment of orphanages. We also hope already established orphanages, not necessarily because they are within Humanity First, but you know, the vision of Humanity First is serving mankind, despite of their creed, of their religion, of their ethnicity. We try to help all mankind. So we look at such orphanages like Sanyu Babies Home. We have tried to provide some scholastic materials together with food security to them, clothing and all that. Then we look at also, we've tried to reach out to Good Mercy Orphanage. That was all around last year, that is 2021. So we also provide bursaries and scholarships to orphans all around Uganda, mainly in the disadvantaged areas, where of course some of the charity organizations will not reach, so we try to reach out in those. And that's why you see our institutions are based in, one is in Bodaka, and another one is in Chotera. So we try to provide those skills that are going to help our youth to earn something in life.
Okay. Now, very important. Now, you talk about something that is of very good interest to a majority of the people. But the first question is, are all orphans vulnerable?
It depends. All orphans may be vulnerable. It depends on their guardianship, who is taking care of them. So most of the orphans that are found in rural areas, in most cases they become vulnerable because, you know, they are so much exposed to exploitation. Exploitation is a wide aspect. You look at exploitation in terms of labor, you'll find them being taken for child labor at a very tender age. You look at sexual exploitation, and it will take mostly it will be happening in the rural areas where there is a knowledge gap in the whole society. You know, when you come to urban areas, there has been a lot of work done in the urban areas to educate people about how to, you know, in terms of human rights and look after those who are disadvantaged. But when you go to the rural areas, you find it kind of difficult that the knowledge gap is too wide, and these people in society, they are always looked down, and they are the first people that will be exploited into a number of things, trafficking and whatever. So most of these that are in the rural areas are the ones that we're mainly focusing on. But of course, if we find out that probably there are some orphans in the urban areas that are also kind of disadvantaged, we take them up.
Yes. So that's okay. Now, not all of them are very vulnerable from the setting. And up to what ages do you take in orphans? Because anybody can be an orphan at any time. So up to what age do you now take in the orphans? We also need to appreciate that.
So we mainly look at those orphans that really need a hand in terms of, first of all, we are focusing on providing education, knowledge, that is institutions. If at all someone is orphaned at, let's say, a secondary level, and they can't really push on into
university, tertiary
institutions, so we take up that person and give them scholarships into our institutions. We normally provide mechanical engineering skills, we provide tailoring skills, home economic skills, such things. So we give them a hand, even from that age. Then we look at also those orphans who are babies in their age, and we provide them, you know, that care that a guardian would provide them in our orphanages, that is. Or we can also try to isolate them from wherever they are into the already established orphanages and try to give them a chance of life. So we don't normally base on
So they're
an
not
age
specific
limit.
ages.
Yeah,
yes.
we're not specific on the age limit.
It depends on
Whoever is
the
in
need.
need, yeah, whoever is in need will be provided that particular help that they deserve.
Is this a religious organization, Ndugu Badru, or not?
No. Mr. It's non-sectarian, non-religious, non-political. It's open across the board. Ours is helping humanity, uplift humanity.
You are the Deputy Director for Marketing.
Yes.
And what's with Humanity First that you need to market?
Basically, like I
Or
said,
what do you do as a marketing manager, as a marketing director?
As a marketing manager, my duty is to connect Humanity First with the donors, with the population, inform them about the programs, the different programs that we've got under Humanity First, and the benefits that we get from this. I mean, at the end of the day, what we're after is human development, uplift human dignity, uphold human dignity, get people from the deplorable situations. So what I do in my field as a deputy marketing manager is I reach out to communities, corporations, and all well-wishers. We ask for a hand. You know, this is a common purpose. And that's
So what is that you work with? Because you talk about bursaries, you talk about scholarships, you talk about all the things which necessitate or require resources. I do not know whether the resources actually with the envelope in Humanity First, or you reach out to the other people. And who are these partners? How do people get to you? And do they have specific fields to actually partner with you? And possibly say, we are an education institution, and because you're offering bursaries, then here is where we are. We are this. And in case you're giving this is where we are. I just want to know that from you.
At the end of the day, like I said, we've got our home in Wandega, our office in the head office in Wandega.
Okay.
People can reach out to us there. We're going to leave the contact numbers in this case, and when we reach out, when we go out and visit the corporations, the different organizations, we also do partnerships with other stakeholders, the development partners. So we get involved in these projects, and normally, Mr. Jagenda, it's not about seeking resources.
Okay.
The partnerships themselves help, because sometimes I need expertise from a particular organization that's dealt in a particular area, in a particular field. So we do engagements at different levels. But the way it is we've set up donation portals. If anyone is interested in making a donation, they can reach out, and the phone numbers are available. Our head office in Wandega is available. We're in the process, and we're going to have a fundraising campaign, a major publicity campaign, where we shall have brochures and all that distributed widely. So it's a task, and like they always say, when we join hands, we achieve a lot.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Abdul Hakim, the Constitution of Uganda talks about where youth is. And according to the Constitution, a youth is 18 to 30. You know, that's how they categorize youth in this country. Now, when you're 31, you are a youth. We look at you and you are youthful, you are a youth, but according to the Constitution, if there is anything that we're giving as a country, as a government, then we limit it to that particular bracket. It gets the orphans here, and we've always had this conversation of who an orphan is. I am an orphan, for example. I lost my father 26 years ago. My dad died 26 years ago. So I am an orphan in that right or not, but my mom is alive. Now, there are those who do not have a mother and a father, and so we also tend to talk about the orphans and say, who are these orphans that we're trying to reach out to?
Thank you so much. You know, the whole definitions and whatever may not hold too much in our particular perspective, because what we are mainly focusing at is if we can identify that particular person who is really in need of whatever our programs are, and we, you know, if at all, for example, Mr. Jagena, you are orphaned, you lost a dad. If we find someone who has lost a dad, and the dad was actually the sole provider of that particular family, and we are looking at that family. The mom is still around, but you know, their means of attaining something for that particular family are really scarce, and they are really not so much available. We consider that as a needy person also in terms of being an orphan, because they are not actually getting the basic needs that they're supposed to survive on. They're not getting shelter probably, they're not getting water, they're not getting food, they're not getting education, and all these are human rights. You're supposed to have them as a human being. So we look at all those. And if one of these things are deprived from such an individual, then we shall step in as Humanity First, Orphan Care, to provide such a basic need to those individuals. So someone that can be sustained, someone who is a little bit sustained in terms of basic needs, in terms of those wants that are actually can sustain life, then such a person is not necessarily needy in terms of our
Even
programs.
when I'm an orphan, I am not needy.
Yes, exactly. Even when you're an orphan, but you can actually sustain yourself in terms of the basic needs of society. You have shelter, you have food, you have education, you have water, you have health. You can provide your own health to yourself. Then we don't step in as Humanity First, because to us, you seem to at least have a fighting chance in life. But there are those people who you look at and really they don't have any fighting chance in life. Because for us, personally, I'm a Muslim, and I believe that everyone has to have a chance on the basic needs of society. Everyone has to have a chance. So if a certain someone is not having that chance, then as a society, we have to step in to provide that chance to them so that they can also survive. Because if they don't survive in the long run, they are going to still come back to us, because we are going to raise hooligans in the society. We are going to raise thieves. We are going to raise quite a number of crimes in society. But if we step in as society, we are providing something, and actually they will look back at society and they appreciate that I'm happy to live in this society. So that's when we step in. But just being an orphan doesn't qualify you to be receiving aid from Humanity First.
Okay.
We need those orphans that are actually disadvantaged and they're really needy in life.
And I think now that answers my earlier question of vulnerability. So not every orphan is actually vulnerable. Because I'm an orphan, but I'm not vulnerable. And I know of so many other orphans actually who also may not be, maybe an orphan who is not vulnerable.
Of course.
But just before we take a break, Loboa, let me see where the government is in all this. Do you have any collaborations with the government, or this is predominantly non-government organization work and there is no government anywhere helping you in one way or another?
Naturally, Mr. Jagenda, we have to collaborate with government. Now, for instance, Global Health. They recently had there was a health clinic in the refugee settlement in Nachivale. And how can you do that without collaboration with government? So, in some aspect, we have to collaborate with government, because sometimes we need their help. You know, the story goes. At the end of the day, you need authorizations, processes, and all that before we undertake our activities.
You seem to be doing a lot of work with the orphanages or with the orphans. How about the other issues? Landslides, we've had locusts recently, we've had the Nyamwamba in Kasese, and quite a number of those. Famine, we've had the nodding diseases in northern Uganda, we've had those. You seem to be doing a lot of work with the orphans. How about the other disaster challenges?
No, this is not just orphan care. Like I said, primarily from inception, it started with disaster relief. And that's on top. Like I said, we're a disaster relief and humanitarian development agency. We've done so much in regards to disaster relief. In Bududa, we were there. And most recently, remember the rains in Masaka, Chanamakaka? We had to collaborate with, I think it was the ex-Vice President, Honorable Sekandi. And we went down there. We took stuff over there. So we've been to areas where flooding has happened. So widely, disaster relief, we've been everywhere. And Global Health. Recently we had a health camp in Bale. A 3-day health camp. We had some specialists who flew in from UK. They came on a consultancy level. They joined us, and he was there. It was successful. We had an eye clinic. We've had 2 camps so far, eye clinics, and Mbale side as well. So that's under the program called Gift of Sight. And then food security, that we also do, empowering communities, taking them through agro-processing, that kind of thing. Community care. Now, for instance, the better part of last year, we went around distributing mama kits, for the expectant mothers. So, yeah, widely. wherever we're.
For food security, what do you do?
Food security normally is training people and then empowering them about methods of agriculture, modern, basically. How do you get yield, maximum yield? I mean, it's all about creating a sustainable society, a resilient society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We'll just take a break and return back, return shortly, and then continue the conversation on our Good Morning Uganda Extra today. And of course, with me is Mr. Mukwanga Abdul Hakim from Humanity First, and specifically working with Orphan Care, and Mr. Lubowa Badru, the Deputy Director for Marketing from Humanity First. We'll take a break and return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Start the year off with My Airtel 4G smartphone. You get to enjoy free 1 GB data valid for a month and 100% bonus data every month for 3 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. This includes free data spread over 3 months worth 86,500 Uganda shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 Uganda shillings only. Visit the nearest Airtel shop and get one today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's time to teach. Schools are open. In these days of COVID-19, teachers are not only giving knowledge, but protecting themselves and their students from the virus. As a teacher, you must ensure that students follow the set SOPs of always maintaining a distance of 2 meters from others in classrooms, dormitories, entertainment halls, school vans and playgrounds, wearing a washed and clean mask every day that covers their mouths and noses, and regularly washing their hands with soap and water. In addition to that, you must counsel students about stigma related to COVID-19 and discourage them from violence. Any violence against students from classmates, teachers or parents should be reported immediately to a school administrator or senior woman or man teacher for correction and further guidance. Ensuring everyone's safety is key, so make sure students are out of class by the official closing time. Let's share knowledge, not COVID-19. This message is supported by the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Sports, and UNICEF. Stay safe.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Well, thank you so much, and welcome back from the break. My name is Jagana Semakola Ziksoka. We carry on with our conversation here today, talking about Humanity First, of course, serving mankind. And with me in studios is Mr. Mukwanga Abdul Hakim from this organization, Humanity First, and in charge of Orphan Care, and Mr. Lubowa Badru, the Deputy Director for Marketing from the same organization, talking about humanity and, well, lots of other issues that we are discussing and talking about here. Mr. Mukwanga, people have orphanages in this country, and there are quite a number of them. Some registered as CBOs, some registered as NGOs, some registered as whatever these things are. But to the majority of people is these orphanages or these orphan homes actually used by we, the Semakolas, the Mukwangas, to possibly benefit from them. We use them to solicit, to fundraise, and to get aid and help from everywhere that we can, in the guise of trying to help these children or do all these things. I just really want to know how you do it at Humanity First, and how somebody can actually partner with you, because I'm only thinking if there is a Semakola out there who has an orphanage and they would love to come on board and partner with you, what happens?
Thank you so much. So with Humanity First, under Orphan Care, number one, we are looking at collaborations. That is what you've just asked me.
Collaborations.
Yeah, yes. Collaborations with already established orphanages, which are actually giving a helping hand to orphans. We've been at Agep Babies Home, then we've been at Sanyu Babies Home, we've been at Sambia Babies Home. And all these, we are trying also to give a helping hand to them. These are already established orphanages in Uganda. And so we come also on board with them to try and partner and provide a helping hand to the orphans. Then how we normally do it is, we reach out to possible donors. If Mr. Jagenda is a possible donor, we shall reach out to them, try to introduce our programs, try to elaborate on those things that we do as Humanity First and how they are helping humanity in Uganda. And then we shall, as my Deputy Marketing Director said, we shall share our contacts and pathways of how to donate to us. But we've had a number of collaborations also. For example, in Orphan Care, we are collaborating with all these babies' homes, and also we are collaborating with a number of institutions where we are educating our orphans from, a number of tertiary institutions, a number of vocational institutions. But it's an open thing. Everyone is welcome to come and donate to us as Humanity First Orphan Care, and we are highly obliged to receive all these donations to us. As he has said, we also do campaigns. We have something called a telethon, yeah, where we normally it's I think a 2-day telethon,
Yeah, 2-day.
where we advertise our programs and we try to show the achievements of Humanity First in all the different programs, that is ranging from orphan care, going into gift of sight, global health, water for life. We try to show what Humanity First has done. You know, the donors normally want to see what is the impact of my donation to humanity. If I give it in for humanity, what has it done? What is the evidence that it has done something? So we try as much as possible to elaborate all those things. As he has told you, global health is part of Humanity First. It has been in Nashivali refugee camp, and it was providing dental health care to the refugees of Nashivali for around 2 days. So all those things, we try to show them to our donors so that we get as many donors as possible, so that we can reach out to humanity.
Okay, if I needed help from you, would I come direct to you as Humanity First, or I would only access you through an already established babies home like Sanyu, Agape, etc.? Can I just come to you directly? Think about a parent who does not know where Sanyu Babies Home is, Agape Babies Home is, but they are orphans, vulnerable, and they would really love to get aid and support from you. Would they come direct to you, or they have to be channeled through those that you're already collaborating with?
Oh, you're talking of the people who need our help.
The people who need your help.
Okay, so we have a number of establishments in the country. We talked of Budaka. Okay. We talked of Chotera. We're now talking of Fort Portal. We talk of Wandegea, Bomba Road. Headquarters. Yeah, the headquarters. So all those outreaches, someone can reach them, access them directly. If they can't access them directly, of course, there are a number of contacts that we can give. We have a website, we have email addresses, we have contacts, we have a Twitter handle, and all these people who are vulnerable can actually reach us through all those lines. They can go directly to our centers in the different districts of Uganda. They can reach us directly at our headquarters. They can reach us through the marketing team, or even through the different heads of the different programs directly.
That's very important. Mr. Alward, talk to us about your how your COVID response has been as Humanity First, because we've endured a process or a season or a time where we needed humanitarian support from anywhere and from anybody. How's your COVID response been during this season, especially before we got into reopening of the economy?
Mr. Jagenda, it's been global, simply put, because right from the very outset, our volunteers, I think they turned into frontline workers in Europe and locally. I think right from if you remember the appeal that was made by His Excellency the President, Humanity First was on hand. So we've delivered PPE and other materials, sanitizers, that kind of thing, to Malago Hospital and several health centers across the country. We haven't given up because, I don't know, the process is still going. So we have in the pipeline, and programs are available. We're still going to go around health centers. We just lend a hand in any way we can. One other thing I forgot to mention, an important program, is we have a program called Water for Life.
Water for Life.
Yeah, Water for Life. Under Water for Life, We install water pumps, and to date, I can gladly tell you that we've installed over 1,000. The concentration has been in eastern Uganda. We install, we refurbish, and I think there was a team on ground. I think they've just finished. They've been there for about 3 weeks doing refurbishments. So you see how extensive it is.
Communities.
Yeah, deprived communities, of course, rural communities, because these are the ones which are disadvantaged in that aspect.
Are you talking about water pumps, or you talking about the boreholes that I'm seeing here?
Water pumps, they can be called water pumps or boreholes, exactly. That's what I'm relating to.
Because I know there are those that need electricity or generators
exactly, exactly. I think that's the stage we're trying to explore.
Okay.
And I think we're going to go to that. But at the moment, we're dealing with those water pumps. We install enough for some time. We got to do maintenance, so we come and do refurbishments. So you see how extensive it is. That's why we need a hand.
Okay, and I know one of the reasons why you're here is actually to reach out to the public for those who can do collaborations and partnerships with you also. Could you just speak to them, tell them how they can actually partner, collaborate, do all the things? Could you just now reach out? I want you to make that appeal to whoever you think is actually watching or seeing us on TV here.
An appeal from Humanity First. We need collaboration. We need partners. We need people to lend a hand in this aspect. The programs we engage in are very extensive. But like I said, it's all about serving humanity. We're reaching out to rural communities, reaching out to impoverished communities, deliver water, medical supplies, relief items. So this is why we're here. We need a hand in every aspect. Humanity First is an open, Mr. Jagenda, I'll mention something very important, just to give these people assurance. When we set our eyes on a particular task, we engage a team of specialists for that particular task. Say health, we get a team of specialists that we have as volunteers. When it's disaster, when it's water for life, we've got a team of engineers. So this is all to ensure that one is assured that their pennies are going to be appropriated adequately. And this is why we come here with a message. Come out, let's join hands. Humanity needs all the help in the world.
Mr. Abdulhakim, talk about the orphanages also, and or the orphan care for whoever wants to partner with you, for whoever wants to join you, because I know it's still like the marketing manager here, the marketing director said, but still you can add your voice onto his.
Thank you so much. Our dear viewers, all of you are potential donors to Humanity First.
Indeed.
And all of you are potential people who can help out, who can reach out to the orphans and give them a helping hand, a fighting chance to actually survive in this world. As we've just said, basic needs are a human right. Everyone deserves a chance to have shelter, everyone deserves a chance to have water, to have food, to have education, to have health. So if you reach out to us, we assure you that every penny that you give Humanity First will actually be delivered to whoever is supposed to benefit from it. As Orphan Care, we are looking at establishing more orphanages. We currently only have one orphanage that I've just told you about in Fort Portal City, as we've termed it. So we are trying to spread our wings into different areas of Uganda, into the disadvantaged communities of Uganda, to help out those orphans that actually are needy, as we've just said, because every orphan is not vulnerable, but there are a number of vulnerable orphans in those different areas of Uganda that are actually not accessing education, that are not accessing water, that are not accessing, that are not having adequate supply of food. So we try, as Humanity First Global Health, to reach out to all those and help us expand our wings into the different areas, basically, because as I've just told you, Mr. Bagenga, if we don't reach out to these people, we're actually raising a hooliganistic society for tomorrow. And our children will actually blame us for doing nothing during the time that these kids were growing up. If we don't give them a helping hand, if we don't educate them that this is how you earn a living and this is how you do this and that, they will turn out to be a disaster in society the years to come. So come out together with us. Let's take the initiative to help Humanity First, to help this charity organization reach out to those vulnerable children of society.
About how many orphans have you impacted so far since 2007? If we just wanted to ask for some statistics or numbers, the people that you've reached out to and those that you've impacted, the testimonies that you have, the achievements over those that you can actually say here, here, here.
I think, Mr. Jagenda, collectively, I would say now, for instance, Water for Life, if we're looking at the Water for Life program, is a large communities. Okay. And then if I'm talking more than 1,000 water pumps, I think we're looking at hundreds of thousands. Regarding, for instance, there's Knowledge for Life, where we provide scholastic materials. We can go out to schools. We can give them facelifts, that kind of thing. So that will be in the thousands. And regarding disaster relief, I think that will be self-explanatory. We will reach out to communities that have been affected. That is in the hundreds of thousands. So basically, we're looking at, I think it's in the range of an impact to about 3 million people today.
Where do you see yourselves in the next maybe 5 years from now?
In the next 5 years, Mr. Jagenda, we're looking at having the ability to impact close to 6 million in this country. And it's still open. Okay. It's a struggle that continues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Lubowa Badru, Deputy Director for Marketing, Humanity First. Thank you so much. Could you just share your numbers, your contacts, your website or so, for when to follow you up, to save myself the burden of looking for you?
I'll start with the email that I think is easiest in some circles. The email account is info@ug.humanityfirst.org. And the Twitter handle is UG
at UG.
Yeah. Humanity First. And then the phone numbers, we've got
just as they are on the screen here.
Just as they are on the screen, you know, my brain was going to my numbers.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. But I think that's also okay.
Mr. Jagenda has granted ease.
No, those
the
are
numbers
okay.
And the details are shared on screen.
Those are okay, but you could also say your numbers.
It's okay, my numbers as the marketing department. Oh yeah. My number is 0785 761 658. I repeat, 0785 761 658. And the other number is 0706 220 960. I think that will be easy in that respect.
Okay.
So, like I said, Mr. Jagenda, it is a pleasure. Let's join hands in this fight. Okay. As my brother said, everyone out there is a potential donor, and we can help each other.
Okay. Anything more from you, Hakim? Before
I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much, Mr. Jagenda, for hosting us, to thank UBC Television for hosting us, and to give a shouting voice to whoever is seeing us today, to help give a hand to humanity, help serve humanity, and help reach out to those vulnerable people in society. And you can partner with us anytime that you need to do so.
A very personal one. Do you know a man called Sheikh Sulaiman Sawanyana?
Very much so.
Do you know him?
Very much.
He's my very good friend.
Oh, thank you.
So when you go back to him, tell him I bring you greetings from a man called Jagenda Semakula.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I'll wish you the salutation to him.
Thank you very much. Send my greetings to Sheikh Sulaiman and Adam Sembagui. You know Adam Sembagui? Oh, those are very good friends of mine. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdul Hakim, and thank you so much, Badru, from Humanity First. And of course, thank you so much to my producers and my floor managers, and of course, the Good Morning Uganda team also feature for tonight. But to just remind you that it's a Wednesday today, and Behind the Headlines is back after the AFCON season. So tonight, don't miss Charles Odong Thorne with back. He's also back with Behind the Headlines. Thank you so much for God and my country. We'll talk again tomorrow. Blessings and good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
The thing goes clink, clink, clink.
Grab an ice-cold bottle